Welcome to the Flourishing Soft Life, where we discuss ways for you to flourish from the inside out. I'm your host, Tay Rosé. Let's dive into today's episode. It's been quite some time since I've sat and made a podcast episode. So now if you've been up to date with my blog, that's where I am the most active, okay? And I also am a little more active on my Pinterest as well. So those are two places where I am when I'm not on YouTube. I do have a couple announcements at the very end, so please stay tuned for that. I'm going to delve into today's topic, which is overconsumerism. I did touch base on that some time ago, and so now I want to talk a little more about it. So the first section of this is what I overconsumed and how it happened. Because a lot of people think that I know a lot of you remember the show Hoarders, when people... their whole house be full of all these collections and all these items in their house. They could barely walk into it. And I know there were different factors or different reasons as to why people became hoarders, or why there was reasons why people became hoarders. There was something that was happening in here or something within their environment that had them become hoarders. And I feel like that's the best connection with overconsumerism. You want to think of the show Hoarders, alright? So I could talk to you about what I overconsumed and how it happens. I'm going to say that this took place during the pandemic, and I'll even say a little before the pandemic. When I used to do my makeup tutorials, I would always be doing product reviews on eyeshadow palettes, and I would buy lots of eyeshadow palettes. But then it grew worse than the pandemic, where we had nothing to do. And so I was bored, and so was everybody else. So the one thing left to do without interacting with people in person was to shop. And so I was shopping a lot. I shopped a lot for makeup. I shopped a lot for lotions. I shopped a lot for body mist. I did lots of shopping on those little things, okay? It is at a point where it has become a lot. It is at a point where I've had to do different storage components or different storage alternatives. For instance, this whole thing is for my makeup. This holds 10 drawers. I can say that as of me cleaning this out, that I am down to 9 drawers, with one drawer having my hair care things. But I still do have a lot that I need to go through. As for my lotions and my body mist, I am starting to work on those. It was way more than it is now. Because I remember with the body mist and the lotions, Victoria's Secret, they always had them semi-annual sales, and they still do till this day. And I'll be honest, it is very gratifying to gratify towards it, and it's very captivating to say, oh, okay, buy one get one half off, buy 3 get 1 free, or buy 3 get 3 free. Those deals, they are very easy to get into the world of overconsumerism. Like, we don't need all of it, There is a limit that you should have for all of that. But I have lots of body mist, I have lots of lotions, and then with the influencer program, I was starting to overconsume on some products as well. To the point where, as of last year, and even earlier this year, I'm like, no, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to say yes for this product review program, because I have enough deodorants. I have enough lotions. I have enough foundation, just to name a few. So that is what I overconsumed, and that is how it happened. I was bored during the pandemic. There's nothing left for me to do but just to shop. And then plus two, during the time of the pandemic, everybody's content was blowing up, and so I was thinking to myself, I want my content to blow up too. So I would consume all these products to make reviews for you guys. And here I am 6 years later saying that it is not worth it. So now I want to talk to you about how overconsumerism has affected me. I did state earlier that there is less space. Before I bought this, I had a 3-tier cart, or really a 5-tier cart. It was like a rolling cart that had all my makeup, which that is the best storage for your makeup. And then with the product reviews and with buying of the makeup, I end up resorting to this, which I had gotten from Home Depot for like $1 something, like $100 something. And it is worth it to store, but then it's sad that almost all 10 drawers have makeup. So there's less storage. I had to buy different storage spaces for different things. Makeup being one of them. I bought a few other storage things, compartments as well, for body care products. And I will say that another factor within it, how overconsumerism has affected me, is that there was less satisfaction after a while. So it was temporary happiness, you know? So I would have the product, and I said it in a previous episode, but I don't remember which one. I would have the product, and then I'd be like, yes, I love it. And then after a while, you're like, meh. And then you just shove it away. Which, that is very sad. Which, I mean, products, it does give temporary happiness compared to what the Holy Spirit, what God will give you. That is permanent happiness. That is eternal happiness. The world and all the vanities and all the things, it's only temporary. And a third factor with how overconsumerism has affected me is that I was not putting my money to good use. And I feel like I kind of sloshed up my previous episode, thoughtful versus thoughtless spending, because I should have went in detail on that. So my overconsumerism, it led to thoughtless spending. Because I should have told myself, I don't need this many perfumes. I don't need this many body mists. One perfume, one body mist, go through that, let that finish through, and then I purchase another one. So that was a thoughtless spending. And then I was not putting my money to good use at all. Like, I was just pretty much like splurging my money. Or I'm Jamaican, so we say squander. So I was squandering my money on a lot of foolishness. I was not, at the time, I was not doing the 50, 30, 20 budget, which is something I highly suggest for anyone that is working. I was not doing that at all, which I will explain to you further about the 50, 30, 20, because I feel like, again, I sloshed up the previous episode. 50%. Half of that goes towards, and half of your paycheck goes towards your bills. Okay? 30% goes towards your wants. And then 20% goes towards your savings. I started to implement that not during the pandemic. I started to implement that in, I would say, 2023. And we are now in 2026. So that is what I started doing in 3 years, which I can say that has helped out a lot, considering my vocation, my job. That has helped out a lot. I know some people, they do 50% on their bills, 30% on savings, so they save 10% more, and then 20% on their wants. With everything happening, everything's going up. Minimum is going up on credit cards. Car payment is going up. So I've had to rearrange my 50, 30, 20. So a lot of times my wants is not 3% at all. I mean, I've had to do a lot of math. So I would say that I was not spending my money wisely. I was not saving as I should have. And I've been in a job since 2017. I would say, God willing, almost 10 years. But we're in this year now, so 9 years. It's been 9 years since I've been working. And I was not implementing the 50, 30, 20. So if you are young, if you are in your first job, please listen to Tay Rosé and do the 50, 30, 20. Okay? Please. It will save you in the long run. And then also with putting my money towards good use, I was using the credit cards like no other business. Please don't do that. Because that leads towards thoughtless spending. Have you 2 cards at most where you know you're going to pay those off and you use those for a true emergency. Because I'm at a point right now where I'm playing catch up with a lot of things financially. And I don't want that for y'all. So definitely do the 50, 30, 20 plan. If you want to learn more about it, it is on Pinterest. Or you can even look it up on social media. You can look it up anywhere. Do use your money wisely. Do save wisely. Do not be like me and be like, oh man, I'm in a rut. Like, no reason why you are in a rut, because you weren't using your money wisely, like me. So don't do that. And I do have another advice for you. Think before you buy or spend, and shop for what is needed, okay? That is what I suggest. Think before you buy. If you see a coat, yeah, it may be trendy, but you want to think to yourself, do I need it? If you need it, then fine. If you don't need it and you have tons of other coats that either look like it or tons of coats that you have not worn yet, leave it at the store. Someone else that doesn't have a coat, they will buy it, okay? Do think before you spend. Do think before you buy. That is one of the best advices I can give to you as my viewers, okay? But before I close out, if you want to know or learn more about financial aspects and how to, people call it slow living now. No one's saying soft life. I feel like soft life is starting to have a bad name, but I'm going to still use it because you are living a soft life. You're not living a hard life, you know. But if you want to know more on slow living financially, you can let me know in the comments below. I am going to close out with a scripture, and this is from Romans 12:2. So first off, I am a KJV girly growing up. Second thing is, it is in the book of Romans from the Bible, chapter 12, verse 2, and it says, "And be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God." Okay? So here is my interpretation on it. Be not consumed by what the world has to offer. That includes the commercials. That includes going in stores. That includes social media, even on YouTube. Because there are so many hauls that are going around with like going to Ross, going to Marshalls, going to Target. And I could go on and on with the list. It's very easy, sadly, to influence people to spend and not save. It's very easy and it's very sad. And I was one of those people that, you saw me. Like, I was doing the after show hauls for y'all, showing y'all what I bought when I didn't need to buy all that stuff. I could have been saving. Yeah, I could have been saving and putting my money to better use. Fix your mind on what God has to offer. So I know, again, times are tough, especially this year. Times are tough. So you want to think about that thoughtful spending. Going back to my previous episode, you want to think about, okay, I need, do I pay for food or do I pay for a new watch? You better put that money towards some food. Okay, do I need gas or do I need a Starbucks meal? Put that money towards gas because it can get you to and fro the grocery store and then back home, you know? You gotta think. We have to think before buying. And that was not me at the time until I got saved and until I started to really implement saving, like the 50, 30, 20 method, okay? Once you talk to God and once you open your mind to God and not the world, He will show you endless possibilities with where to put your money. Okay? You just gotta trust. You have to have faith. Again, faith is the size of a mustard seed, which mustard seeds are so small, but if you have that little faith, God will intervene and He will show you the way. If you do have any topics, do let me know in the comments below. The next episode that I am going to do is finding a comfortable aesthetic. I did touch base on it on a previous episode. I forget which one, but I am going to talk more about it because I feel like it is back to school season, and I remember growing up and I was going to school. I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna be like this, I'm gonna be like this. When it's like, no, that is not your aesthetic. That is someone else's aesthetic. So I am going to touch base on finding a comfortable aesthetic. And I know by the time I release the video, school might already be in session, but it's never too late to put these out. Or like what my people say, it's never too late for a shower of rain. Okay, better late than never. So I am going to touch base on that with finding an aesthetic that fits you and fits your personality. And I even have a little snippet too that I'm going to incorporate from an episode that did not make it in the cut. Before I fully close out, I do have those couple of announcements. I do delve into it some more in my YouTube posts. First announcement, I am going to start doing Motivation Mondays. And that is in connection to the Flourishing Soft Life. The Motivation Mondays is going to be not me like this. It's going to be me. It's like audio of me giving you a little motivation for the start of a new week. You know, I don't do content on Sundays, so I will not be unleashing that on Sundays. Alright? It will be on Mondays, which is perfect start of the week. For a lot of people, we go to work. September's coming through. August for some people who have to start work and school in the education field. So that'd be perfect for a lot of you as well. And even if you are still working, that's good for you as well, because then it gets you going. But it's going to be audio of me. I am thinking of doing shorts in these. Alright? So that is my first announcement. And then my second announcement is, and I talk about it in my YouTube post, but I am going to delve further into it now. I'm going to change my upload times and my upload days. So Motivation Mondays are going to come on Mondays. Tay Tuesdays, and I also am going to change my podcast hour. I no longer will be publishing those on Saturday. Instead, those will be coming out on Fridays. So Mondays, Tuesdays, if anything, and Fridays are going to be my upload times. And I'm going to publish those 12 midnight. Because then I'll give people enough time. Like if they wake up like 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning, that'll give you some time to watch my content or listen in on what it is I have to say. Okay? And I do delve some more into it in YouTube posts, so do look at that. Alright. I, again, am most active on my blog, so make sure you check that out. And then make sure you check out my Pinterest as well. The link tree is in the description box below. Now I'm going to fully end it off and say thank you for joining me today on Flourishing Soft Life Woman. Make sure that you are subscribed and turn on the notifications so you could be on the lookout for the next episode. I will see you then.